Okay, alright, hey, looks like I'm live. I am marquisdan. This is going to be Wizards & Warriors 3. It is the 4th game of the Wizards & Warriors franchise. If you're familiar with it, there's a 3rd one in the franchise that's on the Game Boy that not a lot of people know about. So I'll go ahead and give the game a quick reset. We'll start right in. So, 3, 2, 1, go. So Wizards & Warriors 3 is a big difference from 1 and 2. 1 and 2 were sort of standard, like level-based games. This is almost like a Metroidvania game. I can go anywhere I want here on the map. I can go get power-ups to get past different obstacles. If I go too far, I'm going to run into something that I can't get past. So just like any other Metroidvania, we're going to have to go get our tools to get past obstacles. But we are running any %, so what that means is we're going to be skipping about half the game. With a few despawn glitches that I'll call out as I do them, because if you don't know what I'm doing, it's gonna look like like I'm not doing any tricks at all because the stuff just doesn't spawn. So the first bunch of strategy we're doing here is just to get all the thief guilds as fast as possible. All of your power-ups in this game come from joining different types of guilds. There's thief guilds, wizard guilds, and warrior guilds. The thief guilds have the side effect of making you go really fast, so since we're speedrunning, we want to get those first. Every category of the game is going to start with this same guild, the thief guild number 1, and they are all auto-scrollers. All the thief guilds are auto-scrollers. So we're just right now trying not to fall on those spikes. We're trying to take these little doors, jump around. Nothing too bad. We're going to start out with a little bit of an AI manip on this boss, if I can get my position right. Yep, there we go. So this boss, you can manipulate his AI. If you alternate the right inputs back and forth, he's just going to dodge until he dies, which is super nice. So this game is pretty divisive in the Wizards & Warriors franchise. I think that people who like 1 and 2 generally don't like this one. I personally, it's my favorite one in the series. I don't know, maybe it's the music, maybe it's the boss fights, but I've got a lot of nostalgia for it. It's got a jammin' soundtrack from David Weiss, who did all the Wizards & Warriors songs. Alright, I bought way too many keys there. It's really easy to buy too many when you're mashing. You only need 3, but it's only a few extra frames to buy 6. One thing I do like about this game is the boss fights are a little bit more involved than the boss fights in the first 2. Like, there's different strategies for every single boss. For this one, we're using a new trick that was discovered by our tasser named Dacicus. where I intentionally get hit and I stand on this fire, and that gives me some iframes to just really destroy that boss. Yeah, it's kind of like the Dark Souls Wizard Warriors. Yeah, so the whole map is just one big interconnected piece, like a Dark Souls game would be. The bosses aren't like Dark Souls hard by any means, but they all do have strategies you can learn. So right there I despawned a beehive by jumping a certain way, and now I'm trying to load 4 different townspeople into memory, which I think I'm just messed up. We'll find out. Nope, it worked. There's a guardian here that's supposed to spawn, so we kept them from spawning because we kept 4 people in memory, and so the NES did not have enough memory to spawn that barrier, so we were able to just jump right through it. Game Boy Wizard Warriors out here is pretty tough, because it's I think the iframes on that one are pretty short. I've watched people play it, I've never played it myself. Alright, so here we are, Thief Guild 2. This one's the same as the first one. The only difference is that there are a lot more doors. It's like a little maze. You have to know which doors to take, which ones not to. It's just a memorization thing. But we get right here to the end again. This boss is harder than the first one. He has a pattern where he moves around. There is a certain set of pixels I can stand on and attack the air that will make him dodge back again. But I messed it up, so we're going to take an intentional hit and use iframes to hit him. And we'll see if we can get it on this cycle. Yeah, so he'll dodge back. He only dodges back for a short amount of time. And then we got to reset the dodge again. And we just try to mash as much damage as we can while he's dodging. So that was pretty good. The one cycle is about as good as you can do there. You can get a little bit of extra damage early, so it could go slightly faster than that, but that was about as good as you can expect on that fight. So now we're going to go get our last statue. So each of these guilds takes a statue to join it. They're bronze, silver, and gold. This is the gold thief statue. I'm going to try a kind of hard strat here, where I attack him from the right. The reason this is hard is because the hitbox on my crowbar is 1 pixel. So if I don't stand just right, there we go. That's what we wanted. He didn't jump how I wanted though, so that's fine. We'll just do this to clean up. Hitbox on my crowbar is 1 pixel, and his hitbox extends 50% of his sprite to the left, but not to the right. So basically, when you're learning how to do that fight, nothing really lines up with what you're seeing. You just kind of have to know where the hitboxes are. So there was a bit of a problem that just happened there. The despawn glitch that I do relies on nobody in town dying. If anybody dies, then I cannot keep enough sprites in memory to despawn the Guardian. So I'm going to do a backup strat that I'm actually quite bad at, so it might take a couple tries, where I damage boost through the barrier. This one's a lot harder to do. I'm going to be doing a little pause buffering. It's slow. Yeah, I didn't get the extra sprite there, so I'm going to change... Oops. I'm going to change to my night costume since it's slower, and we're going to try to do this here. Alright, oh no, we had it. We got bumped twice, so... There we go. Only 2 tries, that could have been a lot worse. The backup strat on there, I'm really, really bad at it. But other people can do it okay. I just always go for the despawn glitch. So we are, the last Thief Guild. This one is easier, I think, than the second one, because the secret to the maze here is to just take every single door you see. And then these daggers and arrows that spawn always spawn the exact same way, so as long as you know where they're coming, you'll never get hit. The boss, unfortunately, has a lot more health than the silver boss, but it's the same exact pattern. So we're going to try to mash as much as we can and beat this guy quickly. Alright, so I'm just going to let him have a cycle here. Yeah, every door except the one I didn't take. I could take that door, though, and not lose, I guess is what I'm saying. It's just easier to not take it, but the second Thief Guild has doors that like drop you into spikes and stuff. I was not quite lined up. There's a spot where you can make him dodge back, but you can't actually hit him, so I was off by a couple pixels there. So that was a little bit sloppy. Oops. Oh no. Oh no. Out of muscle memory, I hit my splits on my timer. I don't know what's better, if it's just like zero it out at this point or what. Because I usually split my game right there. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna kill the timer because there's just no, it's not gonna be accurate now. Yeah, world record pace, exactly. Alright, so here we go, Night Guild. Night Guilds have jamming music. I love this. I'm just actually gonna stop talking so you guys can listen. Yeah, that music's so good. Like I said, David Weiss is amazing. Oh, sweet. So I made that jump. That actually relies on a subpixel that I don't know if I have until I try it. So I'm going to take an intentional hit here, and then use iframes to damage the boss down. You always have to take one hit on that boss. Wizard Guild music is also good, yeah. Alright, so now we got our Night Guild. That's the only Night Guild we're going to get in this whole run. We just need this sword to kill one guy later in the run. And we also use it to kind of sneak through the castle because these guys won't attack me if I'm in my knight costume. I had a little bit of an early switch to Thief there, but not too bad. So now we go back to the Thief costume because it's the fastest and it opens all these doors for us. This is the RNG heavy portion of the run, so if we get some less RNGs in chat, that would be super helpful. Because there are some birds that can spawn and spikes that can spawn right on top of me. Alright, got past the spikes. And we're gonna hope we get good birds in this next section. Come on, birds. Alright, we got good birds. Nice. Oh, but we missed our jump. This is gonna be tricky. There we go. Okay, that could have been bad, because if that guy threw his spear right when I was jumping, it knocked me all the way down. Yeah, it's a lot like Kingdom Hearts, right? Because we get our Keyblade, but this key actually can't attack in most circumstances. I think that there is... Oops, messed my jump up a little bit. There's this weird certain scenario where if you're crouching, it can do damage if something runs into it, but for all intents and purposes, it can't really attack. We just catch the edge of the roof here, slow our descent down so we don't take fall damage. So now we're in the cave. So we've completed all of the stuff we're going to do in town and in the palace. The whole game is kind of separated into three areas: cave, palace, and town. There's a princess in each part that we need to rescue to get a gem. I've already got 2 of them. So now we're going to go work on getting our 3rd princess. But to do that, we need to join 2 different wizard guilds. So wizard guilds are just like any other test you might think for joining a wizard guild, is to jump on onions in front of shag carpeting. Try to get to the top without falling off. This first one's not too bad. Yeah, this run does wizards too. My definitely does. So this, I would say it's in the wizard platforms are half the size, and you can really clip into them if you hit them at the wrong angle and everything's moving in different directions. Did we lose a stream or something? Or was that? I don't know. I assume everything's okay. So this is all we use fall down. All right, kind of fall down and it's on this side. So I'm gonna keep going until I hear otherwise. This stream is completely down. I'll pause for now. Okay, alright. So it looks like a particular boss kills the stream every time I'm in a marathon, right? Every single time. Because this, when I was in, what was it, Best of NES, the stream dropped on this exact same boss. So let me explain what is happening on this boss. We're fighting a little worm. He comes out of these holes. There's 6 holes. He always has the exact same pattern. So we just have to memorize where he's going to be, and we can hit him with these fireballs. As I damage him, segments fall off, he starts going faster. I wonder if it's an ad. Possibly, I don't know. No, it wouldn't be an ad, I'm not streaming to Twitch. Okay, they're working on it. I'm going to keep running in the meantime. So I'll try to explain a little better what's going on in case people can't see. So we just defeated our worm boss, and that gave us our gold wizard statue. The gold wizard statue is going to let us access wizard 3. Wizard 3 is all the way across the map, but we can take these secret doors and get to the end here. Alright, wizard 3. We have to get kicked out of the guild once because we need to use our key to unlock that door. And the guy doesn't like, he doesn't like thieves. He only likes wizards. So get back in our pajamas here, and we're gonna jump into Wizard 3. This is the hardest part of the run. I mentioned this a little bit earlier. These things are less than half the size of the Wizard 1 onions. I like to call these shallots, actually. But when you land on them, if you land on the corner while they're moving, just like that, you will shunt through them and fall down. And you can also clip into them really easily. Alright. I'm just gonna minimize chat a second, because I was trying to look at it. This part takes a ton of concentration, so if you guys want to talk any smack about me, now's the time, because I'm not even looking at chat. Alright, so we jump up here. This part, no matter what, it's never free. Like, this is where a lot of runs die. Alright, so here we go. Up. Then we get to the 3 spot. There's a little monster. We avoid him. Smack him with the sword. Doesn't matter. I feel bad killing that guy because he never hits you. And this is the hardest jump in the whole trilogy, right there. Got it on the first try, which I'm very happy about. But that's really tough. The physics get really wonky with all those sprites on the screen at once. Alright, so now we just gotta get in a sweet spot where most of the RNG won't hit us, and we just mash down on the D-pad. There we go. That boss doesn't really have iframes, or appreciable iframes. There we go. Alright, I'm back. I got the chat back. Looks like you guys were nice to me. Alright. Up we go. So we're gonna try a really long jump with the thief now. If I can get it. Nope, I did not get enough momentum there. That's fine. We're gonna climb up. We're going to take this sort of weird door up here that has 4 different exits. So you just kind of go in the door a whole bunch of times until you're in the right spot. You use that door differently depending on what route you're doing. You just have to memorize where you're going to come out next. So the timer's at 0 seconds because I screwed up. It's just I accidentally hit it when I was going to split. So, yeah. Yeah, I can't really fix the timer. The timer's at 0 seconds because I'm getting a world record, is what's happening. Alright, so there's our last princess. I tried to skip the dialogue as much as I can. You can mash through it pretty fast, but what's happening there is that each of those princes is saying, hey, I'm going to give you my jewel if you promise to marry me. And they do not let me say no. I have to marry these princesses in order to get the keys to go to the last boss. So right now I'm engaged to 3 different princesses at once. So hopefully that does not cause trouble for Kuros in the future, but we'll not worry about that now because we have to fight a dragon. You might recognize this boss fight from Mega Man. I can't remember which Mega Man it is, but one of them has a dragon that's this way. The Pickford brothers who made this game took a lot of, let's say, inspiration from different games for some of their boss fights. This boss is not too tough. The only thing is that if he hits you with a fireball, and you get iframes, you will start clipping through the platform, and you have to continuously jump until the iframes are off, or else you fall down and it resets the whole fight. Like that. Just like that. I don't know, the heads are tiny because that's the hitbox. I don't know. Yeah, the other thing that's hard about this is the hitbox on the boss is constantly changing. There's 3 heads, one of them's active at a time, and that's the only spot you're going to hit the boss. But we're using Wizard 1 to attack him, which has got this just like tons of fireballs, so we don't really have to aim. If you're doing this the intended way, you're fighting him with a different costume, the Knight 3 costume with a big sword, and that one you have to aim a little bit. But you can attack all the way across the screen, so there's a little bit of a trade-off. You notice the fireballs are going like at different rates and kind of moving around weirdly. And that's just because I'm constantly moving around on these platforms, and the momentum of the fireballs is always changing. This boss is, aside from Wizard 3, probably the biggest run killer too. Because sometimes he'll knock you off and there's literally nothing you can do, and you lose a minute. And this is also why my estimate's padded so high. My top time is like 20:44 or something, and the estimate is 25 minutes. So you saw me shoot a few fireballs in the air there when I landed on that gem. And what I'm doing there is I'm setting up a memory manipulation for the last boss fight. The game is going to keep track of where those fireballs were in the air. And then when the boss goes to read his pattern, if I'm on a certain set of pixels, he's not going to know what to do, and the boss will just die. It'll just explode and die. So it'll be kind of fun watch. The time is going to be coming up as soon as we get done with our climb here and get to the boss. But for now, we don't have any more enemies to fight. No more bosses. It's just all platforming. We just get in our PJs. We jump and jump and jump. And the whole strategy here is just to take as few jumps as possible, because you basically have 3 speeds with Kuros. You have walking speed, jumping speed, and levitate speed. And the speed is kind of in that order too. So walking is faster than jumping, and jumping is faster than levitating. So we want to levitate as few times as we can, and we want to jump as few times as possible. There we go. And we're going to keep our jumps super short and land on the nearest pixels if possible. It's possible to actually clip into the ground here if you levitate just wrong, which is kind of neat, but it doesn't really actually slows you down. So we're going to try not to do that. Yeah, pretty much jumping. Jump, jump, jump. All the NES Wizard Warriors games have these crazy jumps. I don't know about the Game Boy one. I've never played it. But yeah, Kuros is known for his really high floaty jumps, which I actually enjoy quite a bit. I think it's kind of fun. It gives you a lot of control, but I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Alright, so we've got 2 screens of cave done, 2 screens of town. Now we're on to the palace section, which again was just 2 screens. This one is pretty easy. We're going to go for a trick here called the alcove trick, where we levitate levitate at an angle instead of straight up. And because of the physics in this game, this is actually faster than going in a straight line. But it's really easy to hit your head on those alcoves, or not land in them if you jump there, and just fall all the way to the bottom. Alright, here we're in the last two rooms of the game. This is the good King James. The evil wizard Malku, who's the bad guy in every game, has taken his place. So we had to free him, and now we're on to Malku. One interesting thing here is if you hit yes on this screen, it is a game over. Like, you do not get another try. So we're gonna hit no. We won't join Malku, and then we're going to levitate here, and that's it. Game over. I would stop time, but I stopped it a long time ago. So the end. That's Wisdom Warriors 3. If you're photosensitive, look away. This is going to be bright, flashing green lights. But yeah, thanks everyone for the GGs. Yeah, world record 0 seconds. I might retime it. Maybe I got a PB. I don't know. That run was no. I fell off the dragon. There's no way that's PB. But thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me run and show this game off. And I hope everybody has a great day.